everyone. You know, for many, the holidays are the most wonderful time of the year, but for me personally, it's always the fall, the start of school, and the start of another high school sports campaign. And we want to welcome you to the Beech Grove High School Scouting Report. We'll be with you each and every week talking to coaches throughout the season, and of course our focus now is going to be on the fall campaign. And our first guest in his second season as head coach of the girls varsity golf team, Rob Adamson. Coach, we welcome you to the Scouting Report. How you doing?
Great, how are you?
Good. Now let's talk a little bit about girls golf. I suppose it's a little bit different than maybe football or even cross country or volleyball, because your season gets competitive actually before school ever starts.
Yeah, it's we're a very compressed season, the shortest season in all of IHSAA. We have to do a lot of stuff kind of in the summer, and just right away we have practice and then a match immediately following. So we have to make sure that we have a good summer. I try and make sure that the girls are playing in tournaments. We go in different golf camps. Sarah Shank Golf Course treats us very well, and they work out where if our girls need to play golf or want to play golf, there's a lot of times where they'll let them on and they'll take care of them. So yeah, we have to be make sure that we're very prepared and very organized, because it's real quick.
Well, no question, there's certainly opportunities for those athletes to play during the summer. Specifically, are most of the tournaments around Central Indiana, or do some of the girls even venture outside of the immediate area?
On our team, they pretty much stay within the area. They're playing in tournaments at our home courses, at Shank, at Smock. They're going to Riverside, places where we're going to play our big matches, where we're going to play sectionals and regionals.
Well, let's talk a little bit about last season. Pretty good season. Finished second in the sectional. You make it to the regional round. Senior losses hit you heavy, or you had a lot of experience coming back, or maybe a little bit of both?
We had a great season last year. In fact, we only lost 3 dual matches all season long. Won the vast majority of them, did very, very well. We lost 3 seniors. You play 5 in golf in the major events. I have 2 returning seniors this year that were a part of that team. They've been leaders, Whitney Cherry and Jordan Borski. They haven't played up to their potential yet, but they're working hard. They're a positive influence. But last year's seniors it was a great crew. A lot of talent, kind of set the tone and helping establish a successful program.
Now, these underclassmen, when you talk about benefiting from leadership as seniors, exactly how does that happen? How do underclassmen in golf benefit from senior leadership?
Well, the number one thing is with logistics, just from the get-go, Whitney Cherry and Jordan Borski both help out with transportation. You know, golf is off-campus sport, and if you don't have upperclassmen that are helpful and willing to be team players, you don't have practices on time, or you have to start renting buses, and you have to start really doing a lot more work. So with senior leaders, that will help with transportation and will help get these other girls to like golf. That makes all the difference in the world. If I didn't have them, you know, I don't know how our team would get to and from practices.
Now, in your career as a player at Terre Haute North High School, you had a tremendous amount of success with the golf team there in terms of experience going deep into the tournament and competing for state championships. You had the opportunity to do that when you coached at Evansville, and obviously you put your stamp quickly on this program in terms of getting them past the sectional round into the regional round. What sort of wisdom can you impart on these players now, using that experience that you had as a player, to get them to the next level, start getting them past the regional round to the state finals?
I think the number one thing, my number one goal as a coach at any level with golf, because we're a lifelong sport, is I'm trying to establish how much fun it is and how to be competitive and enjoy it. Because young kids, when they play golf, get really frustrated because golf's a sport that it's not like basketball or football, where a lot of it is just effort and strategy. In golf, so much of it is technique and then just keeping yourself mentally in it. It's extremely easy to get frustrated. So really, I think with our team and most of the teams that I've coached, my number one thing with young kids is to try and get them to look at it from the correct approach, the lessons, the fundamentals, all that stuff that comes with it. But I try and positively impact how they look at the game and how they have fun playing the sport.
Physical part of it. People may not be aware of the fact that it's an absolute necessity for players to be in shape because they don't get carts. They have to walk. How much of an emphasis are you putting on strength and conditioning programs in the off-season with your athletes that may not take part in other sports?
Actually, this year, for the first time that I've ever done this as a golf coach, we did off-season weightlifting where twice a week we would go lift weights and do flexibility things. I worked with one of our parents, Roger Foltz, who's a firefighter and a very healthy guy. He helped us out a lot. He kind of showed me some things. I looked at some different magazines, and we did have a program that a few of our girls attended quite regularly. Our junior, Ashlyn Foltz, was there pretty much every day and put in some time, and I think she's definitely benefited from it. The majority of our girls are already playing other sports. I'm sharing two with the soccer coach right now, so I didn't get to see them too much in that, but we did some weightlifting and we did some flexibility things in the off season. I think that's helped.
I know my son played high school golf a couple of years ago for the first time, and I had really not been exposed to golf on the high school level, even though I had coached other sports for a number of years. In my opinion, the ability to coach is probably more restrictive in high school golf than in any other sport sanctioned by the Indiana High School Athletic Association. And you might share with some of our viewers who aren't aware of just how little, coaching you can actually do during the confines of a match.
Yeah, in a match we can do a little bit more stuff, but where it really gets limited is in tournament play, where it really matters. In the IHSAA tournament, I cannot talk to a player except for in between when they hold out their putt and before they hit their next tee shot. I can't say anything else to them in between that. And the roots of that come from, in golf you can play in sectionals and you can advance without your team. So essentially those girls or those boys that advance without the rest of their team, their coach can be their caddy. And people thought that was unfair. There are also some coaches and parents that were abusing it before this rule was in place that would basically caddy for their kids. And that's not what it's about. It's about learning the game on your own. So one of the things I try and do is I try to teach my kids the thought process of how to evaluate things and what club to hit so that they can do it on their own. They don't need to lean on me.
Yeah, I just thought it was awfully interesting, and you bring up parents and how they had served as caddies in the past. It's also imperative that parents understand, grandmas, grandpas, aunts, and uncles, when the kids are out on the course, it's not like a football game or a basketball game. Mom and Dad better not be shouting instructions from the sidelines because, that can result in DQ, can it not?
Yeah, and that's one of the hardest things for parents to do. Our parents here at Beech Grove do a fabulous job of this, but it is very difficult because oftentimes those are the parents that they learn to play the game with, and those parents like playing golf with their kids on the weekend, so they know their games as well. They know what clubs they should be hitting, and they know what they're doing wrong, and so they have to resist that urge because it is unfair because not everybody's parent can be there every time, and it's about the kids, not the parents.
So let's talk about the season a little bit. I would imagine the goal always is to be as competitive as you can be in your conference, win your conference. So those are always nice trophies, and Matt English, the athletic director, and Steve Cox, the principal, they love to get those conference championships. Then, of course, sectional and regional, and get as deep into the tournament as we can. How are we looking as we, believe it or not, already in girls golf start to get into the second half of your season?
Yeah, we're doing okay. Believe it or not, we've been affected by injuries. Ashley Davids, our sophomore, who I share with soccer team, hurt her knee, and she's a contributor this year, and she's just now getting back and healthy. She basically missed golf for 3 weeks. We've had some other things come up where we haven't been at full strength really until this week, and we're getting better. As far as where we want to be, we're not close yet, but I think we can get there. Our girls have a great outlook. Our underclassmen absolutely love the sport. Our upperclassmen are helping to get them that direction, but they love golf, and we're getting better every day. I think it's not totally unrealistic for us to maybe sneak in at the 3 spot there in sectionals. We can compete if our seniors play well. We could be in the ballpark in our sectional for that last spot to advance to regionals.
Well, one thing's for sure, weeks like next week will certainly start to prepare you for getting tournament tested, because you have, I think, 3 matches, 3 consecutive days next week, maybe get a day off in between.
Yeah, well, actually we go day off on Monday and then 3 in a row and then day off on Friday next week. So it's, yeah, that's the nature of girls golf. You get a lot of matches real quick.
Now let's send a note out to folks that might be watching this, especially students. My son, as I mentioned, played high school golf for a couple of years at Monrovia High School. He ran track his freshman and sophomore year, went out for golf his junior year. And while I've coached basketball, baseball, football, and I appreciate all high school athletics, is there a better way to spend an afternoon after a day of being in a building than out on a golf course?
No, it's great. I especially on those days where the kids are having fun, somebody chips in, makes a long shot, just sharing something that I love so much and trying to get other kids to be involved in it. It's great. It really is the best coaching job I think that there is.
Well, I know you've done an outstanding job to this point. You put your stamp on the program in a hurry, and congratulations on the success that the girls had last year, and we wish you the best of luck the rest of this year.
Thank you very much.
That's Rod Adamson. He's the head coach of the girls golf team here at Beech Grove High School. When we come back, we'll visit with Lindsay Hall, talk about the 2012-2013 edition of the Beech Grove girls volleyball team. We'll be back with more of the Beech Grove High School Scouting Report after this. Welcome back. It's the Beech Grove Scouting Report as we continue to look at fall sports here at Beech Grove High School. And we're happy to have with us the outstanding volleyball coach of the Beech Grove Lady Hornets, Lindsay Hall. And Coach, 0-2, not the way you would like to start. If you could, just recap a little bit for us. Let's take a look, first of all, at the game the 13th against Lutheran.
It's just the first game of the season. We have a lot of nerves, some people playing different positions than what they're used to playing. First game jitters. It was a conference match. It's definitely one that we wanted to win. We played hard. We didn't give up. It was a close match. But just unfortunately it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to.
Now the next game you played on the 15th against Greenwood, not to take anything away from Lutheran, but let's face it, from Lutheran to Greenwood, that's a pretty good step up in competition. Was that a good test for your kids?
Yeah, and not taking anything away from Greenwood, but I would say Lutheran was probably the more tough team this year. Greenwood did graduate 5 starters last year, so they were a little bit different of a team. They still had great players, don't get me wrong. But I would say overall as a whole, Lutheran was probably a stronger team. We had a chance to beat Greenwood. We did take a game off of them, but we just weren't in sync the way that we should have been. We just kind of were slow, not going for balls, things that the girls know how to do and normally do on a daily basis. And we were just kind of in a funk, and we got to get a lot done in practice these next couple of days for our game against Triton next week.
Well, 2 conference games. You need to lobby with Mr. English, your athletic director here. You're starting the season with 3 conference games out of the first 4 games. Did you do something to make him mad or what?
I hope not. It's just that the schedule's been the same for the last couple of years, and Lutherans joined our conference and Triton's joined our conference, so we just haven't changed the schedule, and that's something that we hopefully can get changed in the future. It's just hard. I know the Lutheran coach and I actually talked this summer several times trying to get our game changed, but when you have contracts with schools and trying to find holes, it's difficult. So I kind of know what Coach English goes through trying to make it work.
Right.
But it's just kind of the way it is.
Now, you were without a couple of players for Lutheran and Greenwood, very important players. You get them back for Triton Central and Ritter. Talk about the importance of getting those players back.
The 2 players we didn't have were, our returning setter and libero. They were both all-conference players last year. Very key players in our offense and defense. And it's going to be nice to have them back in the rotation and back, not normal, but just that's what we've done in the past, and they're great at what they are. That's why they were all conference last year. And I think that it'll just, some of the nerves will calm down and the girls will, they're used to having, Aaron Lewis on in the back row digging balls up. And not that the girls that played these last 2 games, they did a great job. But, Aaron's just really quick and gets to a lot of balls. And Taylor's a great setter. And the girls have set off her for a couple years and they're used to her way. And so I think it'll just get us back to, what we've done in the past. And like I said, the girls that have played in the last 2 games and been thrown into positions that they haven't really played before did a great job. But hopefully maybe.
Did they overcome any concerns that you might have had? Because when you have experienced players like that and you are without them, there is a tendency for others to stand around and wait on them to make plays, and they're not there to make those plays. Did you have an issue with that first game?
I think first game a little bit. I think we've been practicing that rotation, so it wasn't brand new to them. But I think there were a couple times where we kind of let balls go, thinking that someone else is going to get that ball. But they had to learn, and we kept talking about it in timeouts and during the game. That there's not someone there to go for that ball. You have to go for it. Or your set's not going to be perfect every time. I mean, that's just life. That's with any setter. Well, unless maybe like Lindsey Berg, who was on the Olympic team, who's amazing.
Right.
But just you have to be able to just make it work, and we can't make excuses. We just got to figure a way to make it work.
Let's talk about the rest of your schedule. I know we talked about 3 of the first 4 games involve conference schools. Sometimes when you get into a hectic part of the schedule where you're playing 2-3 nights a week and then you have maybe a tournament on Saturday, girls have a tendency to hit the wall a little bit mid-season. What can you do to avoid that?
Just keep working them as hard as possible in practice, and doing drills that are conditioning drills as well, and just working hard and then working hard, giving it all they've got, and just not going 100% all the time and not giving any slack. And I think that's really all you can do, and just be ready for those weeks where you have games in a tournament, and then we should be ready to go.
Goals typically, you want to win the conference title. I know I talked to Coach Adamson about girls golf. I know Mr. Cox and Mr. English like those all-conference trophies, but let's face it, you get the second season. If you can't win that conference tournament, then you start focus the second half of the season on getting better and better. And you have a legitimate shot to win your sectional, you feel?
Yes, we do. We had a good shot last year, and unfortunately, our setter once again was very sick. And I'm not going to blame the loss on one person by any means, but she is a very important person.
Sure.
And I think just it was a new teams in our sectional, and I think we really did have a legitimate chance to win. And I think maybe a little bit of nerves, a little bit of excitement, just kind of all those things kind of ran in. But I think this year we really do have a great chance to win. I have a strong group. I have 6 seniors this year, and they're all very key and important parts to our team, no matter what it is that they do. And I think they really want it, and I really want it. The whole team wants it, so we really do have a great chance.
Another way a player can prepare themselves for a grind, if you will, such as this, is in the off season, usually late in the fall, early in the winter after the season's over. Club volleyball gets underway in terms of tryouts and whatnot. Then they place players. I know you said before we went on, currently you have 3 players playing club volleyball. You'd like to see that number go up. Talk about the benefits to not only the athlete individually, but also your program here at Beech Grove to get as many kids playing club volleyball as you possibly can.
Club is just, it's a great experience. I know there's several different clubs out there that the girls can play. And overall, it's just they're getting more experience, they're getting more touches, they're playing more often, they're playing with different people outside of the school. They might even be playing a different position, getting better in that position. Getting a different coaches, maybe they see something a little bit different, can help them in something that maybe I haven't been successful in. But it's just the overall that they're getting, from February till June, they're practicing once or twice a week, they're playing on the weekends, going to tournaments, seeing great talent, and it just makes them better. And, Lizzie Giller is a great example of that. Last year she was a freshman, tall, pretty good. She started out on JV. I pulled her up, and she played varsity for us the rest of the year. Definitely had room to improve, but she went and played club this year, and she has just, I mean, it is amazing how much better she is than when we ended season to now. And, you know, all of the teammates, the girls, see that, and hopefully that carries over and they think, wow, look how much she got better. Maybe that's something that I can do to improve myself so I can get myself better for next year.
That's Lindsay Hall. She's the head volleyball coach here at Beech Grove High School. And coming up again, the 21st, they'll host Triton Central. That's a conference game, so fill the gym, come out and support them. And then on the 23rd, they'll be at Ritter. Now, again, Friday nights are important, no question about that. Football's very, very important. But we've talked to Rob Adamson, the girls' golf coach. We've talked to Coach Hall, the volleyball coach. Get out and support all the athletes at Beech Grove High School, and do all you can to pack the gym, pack the facility, whatever the Hornets are playing. And we wish all of our teams the best of luck. Thank Coach for being with us. Thank Coach Adamson for being with us as well. This has been the Beech Grove High School Scouting Report. I'm Mark James. Thank you.